Today we are once again working my way through my entire makeup collection until I have used every single product. This is season 2, episode 2. I will have the playlist linked down below in the description box along with all of the products that I'm using today. But basically I'm just gonna use these products, do a little wear test, and let you know at the end if I plan on keeping, decluttering, or trying these products again. This is just sort of a way for me to get reacquainted with my collection and make sure that I'm keeping things that I actually like to use and not just keeping things for the sake of keeping things. If you're new, don't forget to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy, and let's go ahead and get started. For primer, we have the Sheer Envy Color Correct Primer from Hard Candy. I have used this once before, it was last month, and I recall feeling indifferent about this. It's a bright green color. I don't really know that this did much color correction, but it does feel nice, and I don't think I had any complaints necessarily last time, so I've got an open mind when it comes to this one. So we'll see how this looks. It's a very hydrating primer and it gives a really nice base, like feel wise, so I have high hopes for the formula, but this is it blended out. I don't know that it canceled out any redness whatsoever. So yeah, it does have tea tree oil and salicylic acid in it, which are good ingredients if you have acne prone skin, so there's a benefit. For foundation, we are going to try a new foundation. Well, new to me. I have never used this. I don't know if this shade is going to work for me, but we will find out. This is the Revlon Illuminance Skin Caring Foundation. It says that it has squalene and hyaluronic acid in it. Oh, you know what? This actually does look like it's been pumped, so maybe I have used this. I'm not too sure. But let's go ahead and try this out. The color actually looks really nice. I feel like this color match is gonna be good. I do not remember using this though, so I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. So here's what the coverage is looking like. I would call this a good medium coverage foundation. It's called the Illuminance, so I'm guessing this is a glowy foundation. Oh yeah, it says medium coverage, natural finish, deeply hydrates. So I gotta say, I don't really like this foundation formula so far. I feel like it looks really, really good. And the color actually isn't too bad. I feel like it might be a little bit tan for me, but I am as pale as I can get at the moment. So yeah, it's not a bad match. For concealer, we have the NYX Bear With Me Concealer Serum. This is something that I have used quite a bit. I don't know if you can tell, but I used to use this kind of like as an all over, like instead of foundation type thing, just to give myself a little coverage. But I'm gonna try this just like under my eyes, how you kind of would apply concealer typically. I'm also gonna add a little bit to my nose as well because I have quite a bit of redness showing through. So far things are going pretty well. By the way, I have this in the shade 213, the foundation, and then the concealer is in the shade Vanilla. So in case you are a similar skin tone to me. For powder, we're gonna try this one from Lunar Beauty. I have not used this yet. This is the Universal Setting Powder in Translucent Light. This comes in quite a few different shades. So let's try this out. I'm trying to peel off the sticker, but I can't get it. Oh, here we go. Let's see if it makes a good noise. Hang on. It was okay. I like the packaging. I like that the little like cover here is hinged so you don't like lose it. Oh my god. But it is pretty easy to open as well. So this actually came with a little puff. So we're gonna try this little puff with it. I'm just gonna dab a little bit of powder and then press this on my under eyes. This little powder puff is so cute. I'm also gonna go ahead and set my nose as well because my foundation likes to slip inside off of my nose. Now I'm just gonna take a little bit of powder on a powder brush and lightly dust over the rest of my face just to kind of set things in place. The little puff fits right in there, which is nice too. I think that is so cute, and I love that the top of the packaging is a moon. Look at how cute that is. For bronzer, we have this little duo here from Charlotte Tilbury. This is the Film Star Bronze and Glow. I have had this for a really long time, but I don't know the last time that I used it. I'm gonna use the F62 from Bling Brushes to apply this. I'm gonna go in with the Sculpt side. I actually really like this color because it's not too warm toned. I feel like a lot of bronzers pull really orange on me, but this is like very neutral. It's not warm toned, it's not cool toned. I really like it. It also works well with my light to fair skin. So if you have like much of a tanner skin tone than me, I don't know that this would work for you, but maybe this comes in multiple shades. I'm not too sure. For blush, I have this one from Bare Minerals that I got. I don't know if I used this or not. This is the Gen Nude Highlighting Blush in the shade Peach Glow. I think, now that I think about it, I may have used this, but first I'm gonna go in with this blush palette. This is the Blush Aesthetic palette. Love the name, love Laura Los Angeles. And I am gonna go in with the shade Tiger Lily, which is this pink color here. And we're just gonna put this on my cheeks. This is a matte finish, so I'm gonna put the Bare Minerals blush on top of this. But I just wanted something with like a little more pigment. We're looking pretty matte right now, so I definitely need to bring some glowiness to my skin. So I'm gonna go ahead and go in with the Bare Minerals blush and use that same brush and just put that right on top of the previous blush and see if that makes much of a difference. I feel like it really doesn't make that much of a difference. It does. It has like a icy kind of like, maybe you can kind of see a little bit of glow on that side compared to this side, but I don't know. It's not doing what I expected. It honestly kind of just like exaggerated my texture, which any like shimmery product could do that, but it did it in a way that's like kind of not very flattering. For brows, I'm gonna go in with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz, and then we have the Brow Freeze. I'm just gonna start by combing through my brows. I don't really need much of the brow pencil, just a little bit to kind of even them out. I have that song stuck in my head that's like from TikTok that says like, I want something that I want, and they like get all angry and then they go like this and then the little dance. If you know what I'm talking about, hopefully I explained that well. That is like absolutely stuck in my head and has been for the last like 3 hours. Another thing that I can't seem to stop thinking about is this book that I started reading. I have not read a book in so long, so I am so happy that I randomly decided to start reading this book, and it's, you know, it was popular a while ago. It's called The Perfect Marriage. I'm only like 60 pages in, but oh my goodness, it is interesting. I gave Jarvis like a whole rundown of like the entire synopsis of what I know so far. I introduced him to all the characters, and it's kind of like, I think it's like a mystery. It's not really like a thriller, like nothing overly suspenseful has happened yet, but maybe it will, I'm not too sure. But so far it's really good. The back of the book kind of gives you like a baseline. My nose is like itching so bad. But basically there's a husband and a wife, and this isn't giving you any information that's not on the back of the book. And the wife is a like super popular, like a super successful defense lawyer, and the husband actually has a mistress, and in the book the mistress is murdered and the husband is like the main suspect, and the wife actually is the defense lawyer for her husband in the murder of her husband's mistress. So it's pretty crazy, but I hope that it stays good, because so far I'm really liking it. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and do lips, because I want to figure out my lip color before my eye color. Like I want to kind of match my eyeshadow to my lip. So we're gonna start with this lipstick. This is the Skin Tease from Buxom, or it's the lipstick in the shade Skin Tease from Buxom. I recently got this in PR. I don't know if I'm gonna like this color on me, so this will give us like a good baseline, so that way I'm like, do I not like this because of the color or because it's clashing with my eyeshadow? My lips are so dry. It has a bit of a mintiness to it. It's very hydrating, feels super comfortable. It's like a cream finish. I don't hate the color. I don't hate it. It's a little more orangey than I would typically go for. I don't know, we'll stick with that for now. And then for highlighter, we have this one from MAC. This is the Double Gleam Extra Dimension Skin Finish. And I'm just gonna put this on my cheekbones and my nose and all of the other regular places. We are definitely gonna need some hydrating setting spray. I might actually go ahead and use some setting sprays. So I have this e.l.f. Glow Dewy Mist. I'm gonna use this to bring some hydration back into my skin. It smells like coconut. I'm gonna let that dry, and then for eyeshadow, we're going in with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Nouveau palette. Love that the green is matching my green, but I feel like this eyeshadow palette is gonna go well with my lip color, my sweatshirt color, so we'll do something kind of fun with this. I'm gonna start with the shade Fleur, which is this matte color here, and I'm going to put that in my crease. I'll link the book down below in case you're interested in checking it out. Like I said, so far it's really good, and I cannot wait to continue reading it. I'm also gonna put that shade in my like outer corner area. I'm gonna take that same shade and run that along my lower lash line as well. Then I think I'm gonna take the shade Lily, which is this color. It's kind of like, has like a little bit of peachiness, but there's also sparkle in there that looks like kind of green in a way. So I'm just gonna take this on my finger and press this onto my lid. I love that that has like a little bit of green sparkle. I don't know if you can tell. I might zoom in a little bit and see if you can tell that the sparkle kind of like pulls green. It's so pretty. I'm gonna go back into this MAC highlighter, and I'm gonna put a little bit of this on my inner corner and brow bone. I realized I didn't grab a mascara, so maybe I have one over here. Yes, I do. We'll do the Pat McGrath mascara. So I'm gonna do my inner corner and brow bone highlight, put on this mascara, and I will be right back. So here's the finished look. I'm gonna go ahead and film a couple other videos, do a few things, and I will come back to you in a few hours with the final update on what I plan on keeping, decluttering, and trying again. I am back with the update. So here's what my makeup is looking like a couple of hours later. Still looking pretty good. I'm really happy with the way that my makeup turned out today. I still think there's a few products that I can let go of from this collection, so let's go through them. First up, we have the Sheer Envy Color Correct Primer from Hard Candy. I think this is a nice primer. I think my base actually looks really good. I don't have any complaints other than I don't think that this color corrects, which is the main claim. I like that there's tea tree and salicylic acid in here, but I just don't think that I really need to keep this. I prefer a glowy hydrating primer, and this doesn't have any glow to it. So I think it's really nice, and if you are looking for something with some good skincare ingredients, I think this is a good option. I just don't think that I need this. So this one we are going to declutter. The foundation I am absolutely keeping. I love the way that this foundation turned out. The color actually works really well for me, and I like that it's a natural finish, medium coverage foundation. That's really what I've been into recently, so this one is a keep. For concealer, we have the NYX Bare With Me Concealer Serum. This is another product that I really enjoy using. Like you can see here, I've used up almost half of it. This is definitely something that I plan on keeping. I haven't used it under my eyes in a while, so it was fun to use it as like a regular concealer, how I normally would, instead of just like all over my face. It's not a great match for me all over my face, but if I just sheer it out a lot and just kind of blend it over, it just kind of gets rid of a little bit of my redness, evens out my skin tone. So I like to use it both ways still, but I'm definitely going to keep this one. This was the first time that I tried this Lunar Beauty powder, and I really like it. I used a different powder in the first episode of this series. It was the Bare Minerals Mineral Veil, and I think that was like too matte for me. I used to have really oily skin, and I probably would have loved that product, but now I feel like I have more normal skin, so this didn't dry out my skin too much. My makeup doesn't look cakey. I think this actually worked really well for me. My under eyes haven't creased, and I liked using the powder puff that this came with. I'm just a big fan of Lunar Beauty as well, so this one is going to be a keep for me. For bronzer, we used this little palette from Charlotte Tilbury. This is going to be a keep for me as well. I love this shade on my skin tone. So if you have a similar skin tone to me, I think you would love this. There's also a highlighter in here as well that I didn't even use today, but the Sculpt shade is so nice and neutral, and I think it's beautiful. It has a little bit of sparkle to it, so it's not overly matte. I just think it looks really nice and natural, so that is a definite keep for me. For blush, I used these two. Definitely gonna keep the Blush Aesthetic palette. This is one of my favorites. So I knew that I was gonna keep this. There's so many shades in here that I love. I'm wearing Tiger Lily today, but Caramel Cream is pretty. This Peach Fuzz is so pretty. Bridal Pink. There's so many good shades in here. The only one that I probably wouldn't wear is Sangria, just because it's a little bit dark for me, but maybe one day I would play with it. But it's worth it for me to keep the rest of these, and I really like the formula of Laura Lee's blushes, so this is a keep. This one, I think I'm gonna declutter this. I thought I was gonna love this product. This is the Bare Minerals Highlighting Blush in the shade Peach Glow. It's pretty, but it really exaggerated my texture, which I don't really like notice a lot, but I noticed it when using this. So this is gonna be a decluttered product for me. I wanted to love it, but I just don't think that it worked out well for me. I think someone else could definitely enjoy this, but I just think it was all right, and there's so many other products that I prefer over this one, so we're gonna let it go. For highlighter, the MAC Double Gleam Extra Dimension Skin Finish is really pretty. I love it on the cheeks and my nose, as well as my inner corner. I think it looks so good as an inner corner and brow bone highlight, like especially even better than like on the rest of my face. So definitely gonna keep this, and probably gonna use this as an inner corner and brow bone highlight more often. Both brow products are great. I love a micro brow pencil. Well, this is the Brow Wiz, but it's like a skinny brow pencil. And I also love the Brow Freeze, which is a really nice, very strong hold clear brow gel, so definitely a fan of both of those. I'm gonna keep those. This eyeshadow palette I am definitely keeping. I love the formula. My eyes are still nice and sparkly, and I love the color story. I love that there's peaches and greens, and this little pop of like purple is so pretty in here. I think this is a fantastic palette. I love the color story, and the formulas are great. So this is a hit for Anastasia Beverly Hills, so that's gonna be a keep. The e.l.f. Plus Glow Dewy Mist is another keep for me. This is very hydrating, like very hydrating. So keep that in mind. If you have oily skin, you probably aren't gonna love this, but I think that it's great, and I'm definitely gonna keep this. For mascara, I use the Pat McGrath Labs Fetish Eyes Mascara. I haven't used this in so long, and I feel like I used it somewhat recently, and it didn't work out for me too well for the first time in a long time when I was doing like trial makeup for my wedding. And then I used it today, and I actually really like the way that it looks. Like, I feel like it looks really nice. I've been like hardcore set on the Benefit Roller Lash, so this was different for me, but I used to like swear by this mascara, and I'm actually gonna keep it because I think it actually turned out really well today. And then finally, we have this lipstick. I've like gone back and forth on this lipstick in my head all day. It's pretty, but I think it's a little bit too orange for me. I was looking at my lips and I was like, you know what? It actually doesn't look too bad, like just a second ago. But now that I reapplied it, which I hadn't reapplied it since I originally put my makeup on, I think it's too nude, like too brown, too warm toned for me. Like, I feel like it looks weird now. So I think we're gonna declutter this lipstick. I'm not in love with it, and it's definitely not like clashing with the eyeshadow. It's just this color on me. I just don't think that I like it. I'm pretty picky with my lip colors. MAC Honey Love is like my go-to peachy nude, and I think this is just like too nude, I think. I don't know. Something about it is off to me. So 10 out of 10 times I'm gonna reach for Honey Love over this lipstick. So I'm gonna declutter it. The formula is so nice though. It's so hydrating and smooth and creamy. It has a little bit of a glossy finish almost, and it wore off really nice. The color isn't quite right for me, so I'm gonna declutter that one as well. So I think we did pretty good today. I'm happy when a lot of products work out well for me. And we are decluttering 3 products that I wouldn't have decluttered had I not tried them on, because I recently did a whole entire makeup collection declutter literally last month. And I kept all of these because I thought I was going to potentially enjoy them. But even though I think that they're nice and they're okay, none of these are bad. They're just not my favorites, and I don't want to keep them if I feel like indifferent or iffy about them. So these 3 products are gonna go, and we're gonna keep the rest, and we're gonna continue on. I'm so excited to continue with this series. It's so fun for me to film, and I'm so happy that so many of you seem to enjoy it. So that's gonna be it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. I love you all so, so much. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.